Hello dear friends, how are you all? Today we are going to talk about Ketu and the aspects of Ketu. Wherever you will see Ketu, KE1 is Ketu at its original place. KE5 is the fifth aspect of Ketu. KE7 is the seventh aspect of Ketu. KE9 is the ninth aspect of Ketu. Now, we are not only going to do it by the house by house, we are going to do it by the sign by sign. This is very essential for the people who are learning astrology, and this is going to help a lot. Jupiter, Rahu and Ketu, they have a similar aspect. Unlike Mars and Saturn, they have a different type of aspect, but Jupiter, Rahu and Ketu, they have a similar aspect. Wherever they sit, they look at 5th place, 7th place and the 9th place. Alright dear friends, let us get started with the Ketu aspects. Ketu, if in the first house, aspects the 5th house, the 7th house and the 9th house. Likewise, in the sign of Aries, Ketu is aspecting Leo, Libra and Sagittarius. Now, Ketu in the second house aspects the 6th house, 8th house and the 9th house and the 10th house, sorry. Again, Ketu in the second house aspects the 6th house, 8th house and the 10th house. Likewise, in the Taurus, it will aspect Virgo, Scorpio and Capricorn. Dear friends, Ketu in the third house will aspect the 7th house, 9th house and the 11th house. Likewise, now Ketu is in the sign of Gemini. It will aspect Libra, Sagittarius and Aquarius. Now, Ketu is in the sign of Cancer. Ketu in the 4th house will aspect the 8th house, 10th house and the 12th house. Now, as I said, Ketu is in the sign of Cancer. It will aspect Scorpion, Capricorn and Pisces. Now, Ketu in the 5th house will aspect the 9th house, 11th house and the 1st house. Ketu in the sign of Leo will aspect Sagittarius, Aquarius and Aries. Now, Ketu in the 6th house, it will aspect the 10th house, 12th house and the 2nd house. Ketu is in the sign of Virgo. It will aspect Capricorn, Pisces and Taurus. Dear friends, Ketu is now in the 7th house. It will aspect the 11th house, 1st house and the 3rd house. Ketu in the sign of Libra will aspect Aquarius, Aries and Gemini. Now, Ketu in the 8th house will aspect the 12th house, 2nd house and the 4th house. Ketu in the sign of Scorpio will aspect Pisces, Taurus and Cancer. Now, if you remember, I had made a mistake in Rahu, but in this one can be followed and Jupiter can also be followed for Rahu. Ketu in the 9th house will aspect the 1st house, 3rd house and the 5th house. Ketu in the sign of Sagittarius, it will aspect Aries, Gemini and Leo. Now, Ketu in the 10th house will aspect the 2nd house, 4th house and the 6th house. Ketu in the sign of Capricorn will aspect Taurus, Cancer and Virgo. Dear friends, Ketu in the 11th house will aspect the 3rd house, 5th house and the 7th house. So, Ketu in the sign of Aquarius will aspect Gemini, Leo and Libra. Ketu in the 12th house will aspect the 4th house, 6th house and the 8th house. Likewise, when we will see Ketu in the sign of Pisces will aspect Cancer, Virgo and Scorpio. Dear friends, as I told you, this is very, very important for the people who are learning astrology. They have to by heart these things, but better put it in the mind. When you will get this one aspect, either of Ketu, Jupiter or Rahu, you will get the aspect for rest 2 grahas also. So dear friends, thank you very much for staying connected with me, and I hope I can do a little bit more video on the aspects. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you very much for appreciation.